Futures and options on futures trading involve substantial risk and is not a suitable investment for all types of investors. Past results are not necessarily indicative of future results. When I use the word I in this video, it refers to what I teach in my charting course or what I author in my twice daily oral and written updates. Prices shown on charts and quote boards are in real time and take into account all known activity up to this point in time. And if you'd like to read more of this disclaimer,
Ira Epstein of Leader & Associates with your morning flash update for this Thursday, the 14th of September, 2017, just getting it towards 9:20 a.m. Central Daylight Time. Interesting day in a lot of markets. In the grain markets, just recently we had that USDA supply-demand report, which put the grains right on their butt. That was it. The market has come back rather dramatically. Look at beans up today, up nearly 14 cents at their high, 15 cents almost. This is a heck of a bounce in the market, and it might be the fact that you got all that bear news and it's not that bearish. Cotton's still unable to rebound. There's more going on in this cotton market because the other grains have bounced back. You're not able to bounce there. And remember, we were talking how much damage hurricanes Irma and Harvey had done to the crop. Still not acting very good. Look at the energy markets. We had been mentioning the fact in our videos recently over the past week or so, especially when they had shut down after Harvey, the refineries, that if that's all they can do, and they only can get down to 45.5 with refineries shut down, no demand for the crude because of that, that when the bounce comes, where does it take it? And we have two areas in the chart as a technician I'm looking at, and they were between the $50 and $52 mark. This is a high we've made since around August 10th. So you can see this market has come back in 30 days very nicely. It's getting up to the point where I'm sure the hedgers are smiling, and those that produce are going to say, okay, I can look at these markets and do some hedging and get my production back online. Things you have to think about there. We still have very much picture of a mixed picture in the stock market. And the reason we're going to get that, we got the FOMC meeting coming up. The Bank of England had their meeting today. They held their monetary policy steady, but they said that within a few months, if they don't see inflation slip back, they're going to raise rates, and that's caused a rally of almost, 134. I think that's a year high for the market, if I'm correct. Data today. We had the CPI data came out, and they expected up 0.4. That's what they got. Core CPI that came out up 2%. That was what they expected. We knew energy prices were going to do something because all that demand for gasoline and all these people were on the run, filling up cars first in Harvey, then Irma, and that went up with it. Food prices, not up at all. And real earnings down 0.6. Prior was up 0.2. Now, I've looked at the headlines, and people are saying, well, they see inflation, and this could be a sign it's coming back. I'm not sure what numbers I'm missing out of that. Jobless data down 14,000 on the claims. I can see that. Target today said that they're looking now to hire 100,000 people already for the Christmas season. So jobless claims should not be surging anytime soon because you're going to be talking that the summer staffs that are being laid off, we're going to be hearing about hiring for the Christmas season. As I said, the Bank of England kept its monetary policy steady, but officials said on the 9-member panel that makes up the committee that borrowing costs may soon need to rise to bring annual inflation back down to its 2% goal. They're one of the few countries that are seeing this higher rate. According to data released by Stats Canada this morning, home prices in Canada rose 0.4 month to month, and during July, homes were up 3.8% from the year ago. Now, here's bad news. China's industrial output during August rose 6% from the year-ago month, and that was below analysts' expectations of 6.6%. And industrial output, well, that was up 0.4 from the previous month, so there's still growth there. Today, Korea finally opened its mouth up, and it said that it's going to use its nuclear weapons to sink Japan, and it's going to reduce the United States to ashes and darkness for promoting the sanctions that were just put on them. In fact, they went even further, and they said Japan serves no purpose. They should just wipe it off, basically, the earth. So as you look at it, a lot of talk. Does it mean another round of missiles? If it does, it should lead to even more sanctions. So we'll see what this talk does, but I'll tell you, That talk is not rattling the markets. It's almost as though the markets now are becoming immune to it. We see that often happen. So they'll fire a missile, you'll get a reaction. Now it's a 2-hour, 3-hour event, and then the market moves on to something else. A nuclear event, though, another nuclear test, that could shake the market up in a different way. What if one of those missiles goes wrong, and if they shoot it over Japan and it lands on a Japanese island? That's another thing that can go wrong. So you can't ignore any of this, but the market's becoming somewhat immune to it, and those are the things that I'm looking at today. I'm Ira Epstein. I do want to remind you, if you're interested, by the way, our price counts. Let me explain what these are. You get markets that base out and or that zoom, like you did in this case, to the upside, then they pull back a little, they bounce, and then they start down. Well, you get what we call price counts, where that market might be headed to. Likewise, you get basing action, and sometimes the market gets a false breakout, pulls back, and then starts up again. Where might that head? We give you all these examples, and that's how a price count gets activated and where they might be headed, and we make it available in PDF. We also have for you videos, and we have in the charting software where you can try this out and see if you like it yourself. How do you get involved in all of it? It's simple. We give you a free trial to it. All you need to do is give us a call. You can go to our website at www.iraepstein.com. You can come right up here, click us on the YouTube if you see an icon, or underneath us on many websites says, click here for Ira's free offerings. I want to remind you, when you get some of these products that we have in our charting software, my research often comes inside of it. You'll find weather maps, everything you need as a commodity trader. You should really give yourself a try with some of this. I'm Ira Epstein. Talk to you this afternoon. You have a great trading day.